Hello, composition students. So I'm going to do a quick video tutorial on how to access really high quality research articles for the argument essay. I've gotten a few questions and I know I did just a little short snippet of it in one of my previous lessons, but this is just purely about how to access good research through the Tunxis link. So you'll see in my page here that I've logged, I'm in my home page to log in. So I'm just going to hit that. And then you'll see at the top here, you've got my library info. So I'm going to click on the Tunxis Community College Library, and you can do a few things right from this page. So you can do the Tunxis all-in-one search, and that goes through the whole catalog and the online resources. So say, for instance, I wanted to do something on online learning versus traditional teaching. So I would put that in and hit search and see what comes up. So things, you can see right away that I've got 21,000 plus results, which is way too much. So I might want to extend my or limit my search terms, and this might be something to pay attention to depending on your topic is when it was published. You know, obviously if it's available here, that usually means like in a paper copy. This you will want to have access to the full text online, but you can see, you know, that's still way too much. You can look at the date, and that's what I would focus on is you might not find something from 2020, but certainly you want to keep things within the last few years. Since most of the topics that I've seen from the ISA draft so far are pretty current topics. You'd want to say within, you know, 5 years at the most. So you can refine that to, let's say, you know what, I should do it over here. Or you could say 2015 to 2020. And that's going to change your results. You just hit refine. So that's one thing that you can do. There's still quite a few, 8,000. So that's, again, that's going to be way more than you're going to want to scroll through. You can sort by relevance, you know, you can make your decisions there, but that's one thing I wanted to show you quickly. So a couple of other things that you can do, I'm just going to go back to that first screen, because there are some specific databases that if you do the search, it will help you, it'll prevent you from getting such a large result, and you can I think more easily find things that'll be relevant to your topic. So you can look at a newspaper search, especially if it's a topic that doesn't lend itself necessarily to scholarly research. And the other thing you can do is search by citation, but that requires that you would have either a URL or some, like say you did a general search in Google and you went to Wikipedia, which I know people do sometimes. Sometimes Wikipedia is helpful if you scroll down to the bottom and see where their sources are. You can take that source information, if there's a citation, and drop it in here and actually see if you can look at the original research. So that's something you can think about. So I'm going to go back. I want to go back to my front page. Well, while I'm here, I guess I should say that you can watch. They have a really nice collection of different tutorials and they also will have the Tunxis librarians. If you can see this, they'll pop up and ask you. They're ready to chat, so they're super, super nice and helpful. So if you're having a hard time finding a source or if you need some help, You can chat with them live, depending on, if it's during the regular school day. This one is helpful. The database is by subject. So things are running a little slow here, but this is helpful. Gale databases, a lot of teachers use this in high school, so you may be familiar with that if you're a recent high school graduate. So I'm going to click on that one real quick so you can just see what it looks like. The point is, though, that you're going to get more scholarly, dependable, critical sources here than just doing a Google search, which tends to give you the more popular results. And they're not bad sources, but you do want to try to have a mix of this type of article and more popular sources like Newsweek or Time or CNN or things like that. So let's just do the same: online learning versus traditional school. Okay, and we'll do a search. We'll see what happens. So you can see just by the titles of these, and I referred to this in an earlier lesson, this title certainly suggests more of a scholarly, research type situation. And you have an abstract here, and this one looks like it's an interesting idea. So, trends in measurement and intervention tools for self-regulated learning for e-learning environments. Whew, okay. So that's one that you'd have to really, you can open up. I'll just open that just to show you real quick what it looks like when you open it. Because typically you get an abstract and you can preview the article. So here's your abstract right here. You can preview it and see if this is kind of what is, what your thinking is on the topic. And then you can continue to scroll down and get the rest of the article, or sometimes there's a link to it. You can often save it to your Google Drive, or you can email it to yourself or download it. So this is the kind of thing that you want to at least have some representation of this type of article in your argument. All right, this is like the college level research. So I want to make sure that you know you have so much information at your disposal, even though we are not at school. So you can see here too that they have access to magazines and books, news, videos, all kinds of things. So that's just one, I think, common tool, this Gale Power Search, that could be useful to you as you're doing your research. All right, so that's a really quick overview, but it is really just a matter of, a couple of clicks and you have access to incredible, reliable, credible information, and that's what you need.